Hey, what's up guys? This is the 6th generation Camaro SS 1LE behind me, and I'm going to tell you why this thing absolutely kicks ass. The 6th generation Camaro SS is an absolutely phenomenal car. What makes it even more phenomenal though is whenever your order form comes through and you tick off that 1LE box. Now a lot of people are a little bit afraid of that box because they see that $7,000 US price tag and they don't quite understand what it is that they're getting. So what's included in the 1LE package, you might be asking yourself. So let's go through some of the options that are involved. You get 20 by 10 and 20 by 11 inch wheels on the car with a 285/30/20 tire up front and a 305/30/20 tire in the rear. Your hood gets wrapped matte black. The mirrors are obviously finished in matte black. You have a matte black wicker bill on the rear trunk. You get MPP exhaust, which is pretty much your mild to wild exhaust, so you can actually quiet the exhaust or make the exhaust louder, which you guys will hear right away. You have an electronically controlled limited slip differential, and you get MagneRide dampers. The other huge upgrade that you get over a factory SS is you get to upgrade to a 6-piston front caliper and 4-piston rear caliper with 2-piece rotors up front that are absolutely meant to do track day duty. Under the hood of this Camaro, you're going to find a 6.2-liter V8 LT1 motor that produces 455 horsepower and 455 foot-pounds of torque. This car in particular is matched up with a TR6060, which is a 6-speed manual transmission. However, there is a 10-speed auto transmission now available as well in the newer cars. This 6-speed manual also gets rev match, which makes it absolutely lethal on the road course. So the interior I think is quite nice. It features Recaro seats once again as you upgrade to a 1LE package, as well as Alcantara on the steering wheel and Alcantara on the shifter as well. So whenever it comes down to usability, one of my favorite features is this feature right in front of me, and hopefully you guys can see it on the glass there, but that's the heads-up display, and there's lots of vital information here such as your G-force, RPMs, and your speed. Now when you're actually out driving on a racetrack, it's really nice to know, and for me, I like to know corner speeds and stuff like that whenever entering and exiting corners, etc., etc. And this is honestly the most handy thing in the world. So you don't ever have to actually be looking down at your speedometer. It's all right there on the windshield for you, and it's honestly such a neat little gadget. There it is, working there. There's a lot of handy features on the dash too, like for example, your tire temps and stuff like that displayed. This is being a Canadian car and us being up in Canada showing KPA, but obviously you can change the settings as well to have US readings for you. And there is other things like performance menu options, which once again are quite handy. You can have your oil temp, oil pressure, battery voltage, trans fluid temp. Once again, your tire temps. When you're actually out driving around, depending on the weather and depending on how hot the tires get, these will sometimes change between cool, normal, I think warm and hot or something like that, and they'll change colors as well. It'll kind of let you know. There's wheel slip and stuff like that going on with the ELSD, and yeah, back to the start. So once again, ticking that 1LE box gets you pretty much all the options and makes your regular SS Camaro practically like a ZL1 missing the supercharger. And you know what, guys, GM's been doing a lot of this recently. If you look at the Corvette Heritage, you can buy a Grand Sport, which gives you all Z06 features without the blower. And to me, guys, that makes a pretty wild track car. No different than this SS 1LE right here behind me. So driving this Camaro, it's absolutely planted to the ground, and being a 1LE package, it provides the car with MagneRide dampers, and it does such a good job. Supposedly those MagneRide suspension setup can read the road 1,000 times per second, and on the road course it's actually quite incredible just to see how well they do perform. I find the cabin to be quite quiet, and some nice finishing touches in here, like an Alcantara steering wheel. Being 1LE package as well gives you the big Recaro bolstered seats that are finished in like a suede and leather or Alcantara and leather. And yeah, overall a nice experience. The exhaust on the car is absolutely incredible. In 19 they did a refresher, I guess, in the tune, And unfortunately, the 17 and 18 cars, they don't crackle and pop, but 19s and up, they kind of made some change or revision in the tuning maps to give it more of a crackle and pop, and I honestly think it sounds pretty amazing. As well, with being that NPP exhaust, you have stealth modes and you have active exhaust, really, so you can put it into the track mode, and that's what I'm driving around in right now, and obviously gives it a really, really good sound right from the factory.
Let's head off to the racetrack to see what this car is really capable of doing. So we're out at Gimli Motorsports Park, an hour north of Winnipeg, and what you're seeing in front of me is a Corvette C6 Z06, and this car is completely modified with heads, cam, headers, full exhaust, intake, aftermarket intake manifold, suspension, brakes, you name it, it's done. This car, by all metrics, should absolutely kill us. It is about 100 to 150 horsepower more than us, and it's about 500 pounds lighter. We should not stand a chance against this car, but let's see how we do. Now, I'm going to cut this video short just for the sake of keeping you guys entertained here. But yeah, that video was 10 minutes long, and I chased that Vet for like 8 laps, and it never once got away. Obviously, you can see it pulling away a little bit of the straightaway and stuff like that, but when we get to the corners, I can manage to wheel it back in every single time. So just for sake of argument, in case you guys have any doubts in your mind whatsoever, here's another clip of a C7 Z06 coming past us, and me trying to hold on to it. Now, obviously, the C7 Z06 is probably 2 to 2.5 times the cost. And I mean, this is a 650 horsepower Z06, Z07 pack car that is obviously equipped with carbon ceramics and aero and everything done to it, right? And it's 650 horsepower. So yes, you can clearly see that it does get away from us a little bit, but we do hang on pretty good. The other thing to take into consideration here is I'm running 103.60 to high 103 lap times, where ever since these clips were done, I've actually put that SS1LE down into a 102 lap time now, going a whole second faster than what you're seeing right now. Well, guys, of course, this is only my 2 cents on what I think about the Camaro SS1LE and why I think it is the best modern muscle car you can buy. Of course, feel free to drop your comments down below and let me know what your thoughts are. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, guys.